Hello and welcome to this week's Truth Be Told, a show about all things local to Plymouth government with me, your host and the Town Manager Melissa Arrighi. The show is another way that we try to reach out to residents and fold you into what is happening with your government. We hope the show can serve as a resource to you and you can find out or verify what is going on in the community and in the town offices in general. If you have a question or a topic you'd like to address on the show, feel free to reach out to me anytime. And if you hear something or read something or just want to know about something, we're here to be able to talk about that, and I can be reached in so many ways. Sometimes the show will go over my town manager's reports, which are always available on the town's website. And other times I'll be joined by a guest to talk about a specific department, office, organization, or operation. If I do have a guest, I'll announce it on Twitter. So I hope that you follow me on Twitter so that you can see who may be coming on the show, and that you can be excited to watch something that might be of particular interest for you. And today that is Amy Naples. She's wonderful. I think she's well recognized. Amy is here with us to talk about the Chamber of Commerce, and I think we'll talk a little bit about economic development in general. So welcome, Amy. I'm so happy you could be here today. You've become such a regular on TV shows. It's a little crazy. You spend a lot of time doing this.
It is my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, Melissa. It is quite frequently, certainly very different from a year and a half ago.
Yeah, right. We were on a foundation. We were together at a foundation meeting yesterday morning, and they were talking, I think it was you and Stephen Cole who were talking about, at one point it was like the weekly shows, and you were doing shows a day. I mean, how do you keep up and do your regular work? But I don't know, conversation for another day. The one thing let's not talk about is COVID, but let's talk a little bit about recovery and some of the great things that are happening in the town and how the Chamber is such a wonderful partner. And of course, I always want to focus just on Plymouth, but you're a partner to not just Plymouth, you help other communities as well.
Yes, we are a regional chamber, so we do cover 9 communities on the Lower South Shore. But of course, Plymouth is our home base and the bulk of the commerce of our organization. So it's certainly very, very important. Yeah, we have so much going on. I like to say the Chamber is back and we are in full swing. We are planning for all of our upcoming events. We are meeting in person. We're networking. We're providing educational opportunities. We're planning our special events. So we have so much going on and a short time frame to be pulling this off, but we're thrilled about it. And we're seeing great numbers. Our networking events are 50 to 100 attendees. So the community is back and we are seeing the vibrancy as well in the downtown and waterfront. We're hearing from the local businesses as well that things are picked up. They're quite busy. They're seeing numbers, pre-COVID numbers, which is so great to see. And overall, I think we've fared very, very well. And I think it's because of the great partnerships among the town, the Chamber, Plymouth Regional Economic Development Foundation, See Plymouth. There's so many organizations working together. And I think that we've fared so well because of the great collaboration among all of us.
You always speak really highly of your staff. And of course, mostly when I need something, I'm like one of those people that feels like just, reach out and call you directly about something. But I was at that event when you were honored with an award recently. And you got pretty emotional when you thanked your staff for how supportive and amazing that they've been. And there are so many things in this town that wouldn't happen without them. How many people do you have on staff? Is it 3, 4?
We have 4, including me. So it's a very, very small staff. Our staff is amazing. I will always be the first one to say how amazing they are, be their biggest cheerleaders. I couldn't do any of this without them. I may be captain of the ship, but you need your crew right behind you, right? Doing everything. They're amazing. They care so much about our communities, just as much as I do. And I do get emotional thinking about it because I could never have gotten that award. I could never still be sitting here without them. We're like a family here. And I think it is because it's such a small staff, but we're always open for anybody to reach out, and people can reach out to me anytime. Meg Doherty is our membership director. Bob Nolette is our director of operations, and Amy Clark is our bookkeeper. So we're all of ID.
You've moved. So when you say reach out, I haven't even been to visit you yet, which I'm sorry about. I need to come visit your new location. Are you doing well there?
Yes, you absolutely have to come, Melissa. You'll get a very warm welcome. Yes, we moved in the midst of COVID 1 year ago. So we have been at our new offices at 100 Armstrong Road in the industrial park, the exit 7 or whatever it is now, exit in the industrial parks. But Flexo Concept owns the building, and he's a great board member of ours, Kevin McLaughlin, and offered us the space. It's much smaller. When we were going through everything and a little concerned financially, we thought we need to move. We need a smaller location. Things are forever going to be changed. We still have meeting space. We have a large training room, which is fantastic and can be utilized by our members at any time. We'll be continuing our educational programming there. We have technology, so we can have hybrid educational programming, meetings, many Rotaries meet here, BNI. So our new offices still do provide all of the services the chamber has provided for many, many years. We're just down the road a little bit. And it also has lent us to get out more. When we were downtown, it was easy to say, oh, they'll just come to us. But now we hit the road, we're downtown, we're visiting with members more. It's just easier for us to get out. And I think it's also because we want people to know that where we're relocated and come stop by, but it's very easy to find, and we would give you certainly a warm welcome, Melissa, and we'd love for you to come by.
Well, you know that we're supposed to say, cozy, not smaller. So it's not really smaller space. It's just cozier for you. What are some of the events that we can look forward to this summer?
So our Waterfront Festival, we
Love
are
it.
of planning. We are super excited about that. Originally, we were planning to have a smaller scale event, but thankfully we will not be. It will be our usual festival with live performances from local entertainers all day, kids activities, over 200 artisans and crafters, our motorhead cruise and car show with the Jenny Grist Mill, as well as our ducky race. So full lineup of great activities. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day because we're getting all the rain out of the way, and the event is usually very, very well attended. Typically 30,000 people. We are receiving phone calls off the hook from people planning their vacations to come to the festival. Many people do their holiday shopping during the festival because there's so many unique finds. So we're super excited about that. We also have Bark in the Park coming up September 18th at Nelson Park, which is, I'm a dog lover, so obviously this is an event I especially love. So we have the Plymouth Police Canine demonstration. We have dog-related vendors, doggy food, and just great activities, demonstrations throughout the day. And it's just a fun day to get out with your pup and enjoy the waterfront. Yeah, so those are our two signature events coming up that we're excited about. But we also have so many other networking opportunities we're holding each month. In regards to networking, we have a Netwalking we have each month, and we started that for people to get out and get some fresh air. Middle of the day, we meet at noontime at a different location, go for a nice walk. You can network with other like-minded business owners, business professionals for about 45 minutes. And then we have our networking luncheons held at a different restaurant as well. And that is a more facilitated networking event where people have a 60-second commercial. They receive a list of all the attendees to connect with later. And then, of course, we have our business after hours, which is a much casual, fun, mix and mingle over cocktails. And that's hosted by a business each month. So we are just keep on rolling, and we have other events coming up as well as our legislative breakfast in October, our networking summit. So we are planning for everything to squeeze in before the end of the year, which we're excited about.
I took a look at your website because one of the things that I get questions about is, you can't remember when all these events are happening. And I'm a huge fan. You're a huge fan of the Bark in the Park. I'm a huge fan of that Waterfront Festival. And it's funny when you say people do their holiday shopping there. I end up buying so much stuff for myself there every year. And I think someone else, and then it just doesn't happen. So I'm a huge fan of that event. But your calendar that you have on your website, Well, you guys really keep that updated. I mean, sometimes we slip on updating our website all the time with all our different departments, but you have somebody on staff that's really on that.
We try to. We definitely try to. Yes, we make sure everything is in the calendar. So it's a great resource to go to the Chamber's website, plymouthchamber.com, to check out all of that. Our social media pages are very active as well, and that's something we've been concentrating on this year. We do know people spend so much time on social media, and updating our Facebook page as well as our Instagram has been important. We've been particularly focusing on our Instagram, and we've been doing reels, try to stand out to be a young, hip chamber. And I think we're doing a pretty good job of that, if I do say so myself. So you have to check out those reels. They're a lot of fun. They're not so business minded, but they're just fun to check out and kind of learn more about the chamber.
You know what? I'm going to look at that because I think it was a couple of years ago, the select board challenged me to do more with social media, and it's hard. It's hard to find, post it on Facebook and get it onto the town's website and then tweet. So I thought it was really, special doing the Twitter account. I have to find that's the easiest one to keep up to date on. It's quick, it's easy. There isn't a lot of that feedback back that you would have to keep going back and look at. And, I can't really keep up with that. So I don't think I can say, young and hip, but certainly we're trying to at least do the Twitter account, and I may steal what you're doing on Instagram. I'll take a look at it.
We love it. It is so much work. It really is. It's so much time, definitely. But again, I have an amazing staff who really takes over that for me, because none of us have enough time in the day to keep up with it all. And the engagement and keeping up with that, it's challenging.
Right. Well, that's it. I don't want to go home at night and then spend my whole night going back through it and looking at the comments and responding. I feel like it's all you would do if you tried to just, I try and just make it informational and put information out there, and not the back and forth, maybe save that for, private email back and forth with the citizen. But we've talked a lot about economic development in Plymouth, and different people envision that in different ways. So for Plymouth, it's always that balance between the open space needs and the environmental needs and economic development, and bringing in good jobs so that people, what is your expression that you use, work, live, and play here in Plymouth. I am reading and hearing statistics about women leaving the workforce over the last year and a half, maybe deciding not to go back and looking for retraining opportunities. What's going to be out there for all of us?
It's interesting. I'm hearing the same thing. And I think it was eye-opening, the pandemic, certainly, to see maybe this isn't what I want to be doing for the rest of my life, or a different career path. I think there's going to be a lot of training opportunities available. Certainly the workforce development boards will be doing that. There are so many programs out there right now, but there's a lot of job opportunities as well out there. So if people are looking for a new career change, there's certainly a great opportunity. But in the pipeline, I'm not sure entirely what is out there for retraining, but I know that pretty confident to say there will be in the next few months, because the data is showing that.
And the job opportunities. I mean, we hear, and I can't imagine if I'm hearing from restaurant owners and business owners and companies, and even in me, I put in a recent town managers report for the town of Plymouth, we have so many, I think they're good job opportunities. It's a great town to work for. We offer really good benefits. Sometimes our salaries could definitely be more competitive, but it's a good job and a good place to be. You must be hearing from everybody about the needs or the vacancies that they have, and how I even heard somebody say they're reducing the hours they're open because they can't get assistance.
Yeah, honestly, that is our biggest hurdle with recovery. It's not really anything else. It's the employment crisis. Many, not even just restaurants, really great paying jobs, manufacturing jobs, marketing jobs, office jobs, town jobs are available, and they're not getting filled. And these have amazing benefits, but this is a very large struggle. We do predict September will look a little differently. However, you are absolutely right. Restaurants have had to scale down. They're not open 7 days a week. So what is concerning to me is that we'll have visitors on a Monday night and they can't find a place to eat because all the restaurants are closed. And that just isn't a good look, obviously, for us, for the town and our tourism efforts. So it is definitely a struggle. We've been working on that. Stephen Cole, our economic development director, and I have been working with the colleges, our higher ed partners locally, been able to fill some of those positions with our higher ed partners. We hosted a job fair a few months ago. It was successful. We were able to place many, but so much work still has to be done. And I am truly concerned for those hospitality jobs a little later. In September, when many of the students go back to college. Last year looked a little different because we're home and working and juggling both, but we have a lot to do and prepare for, certainly in the fall.
Well, I hope we can get some of these college students and high school students. We had a really hard time this year in Plymouth filling our lifeguard positions and a lot of our recreational positions, and that is only going to get more competitive. We're competing with the Cape Towns. They're trying to take from our pool, so it does it's a little bit dicey because you still have to be able to provide those services. People need those in the summertime. Right before the show started, I heard you talking about, or maybe it was Donna that mentioned cash mob. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, Melissa, we have to get you to one of our cash mobs. So this was a support local initiative. This is something I am extremely passionate about. And if you've seen me on TV, I'm always screaming from the rooftops to support our local businesses. So this is part of a support local initiative. Basically, it's we mob a business. We ask attendees to meet in a parking lot or a location. The attendees don't know where we're going. We ask people to be patient, bring $5, $10 to spend, and we mob the business. And that business is also surprised. So they are not aware that they have 25, 40, 50 people coming to spend money at their location. So the last one we held was at Plymouth Bay Winery, and Michael Carr, the owner, is just an amazing, amazing guy. And he was so surprised. And we've seen a lot of tears from business owners because it's so great to have 50 people walk through the door and they're willing to spend $10. I mean, it's a great boost in sales for them. And then it also gains exposure. So again, the people who join us to be the mobbers, they don't know where we're going. So it's a surprise for everybody except for our staff. So we hold those monthly as well, just to boost our local economy and create a little business. So it's a ton of fun too.
I absolutely want to be a mobber. So the next time that you do this, I mean, that sounds like fun. The next time you do it, or as they come up, I'm definitely going to go to a couple of those. So let your staff know, although I'm going to try and bribe them and figure out where we're going ahead of time. Let's see if they give in at all.
They better not. They better not. Our next one is on July 26th. It's a Monday at 2:00. And it's a really fun location. We try to pick some great spots, ones we know who could use a little boost. And again, it creates great exposure, and they're so much fun. People that hang around, chat, they're a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I bet that's great. No, I'll enjoy it. I might even drag my sister with me to something like that. Last thing I want to talk about is the award, because Amy, you are really well known in town, and you certainly do. I mean, when I'm going to tweet about you on the show, I'm going to talk about your expression that you do say all the time, support local initiatives, support local businesses, spend your money here. So we all know you for that, but you were actually formally recognized this year. And that was a big deal. It was the Phyllis Hughes Award, and I believe it was presented to you by former Senate President Therese Murray, who also is still so influential. Tell me a little bit about that day and how you feel. Oh, and before you do it, I saw a picture, I think it was in the paper, where you're grinning up at your husband at some point during it, and it just was an all-around well-attended. Talk a little bit about it to end the show.
So yes, it was honestly quite an honor. Sue Giovanetti, who is the executive director for the Plymouth Area Coalition, who presents the award each year to someone amazing in the community. And obviously I follow two amazing men, Gary Maestas and Peter Brown, who are just, I think, the absolute world of. So to say I was floored is an understatement. And for people who know me, I don't like to be the spotlight. I don't like any attention whatsoever. And I often try to brush that aside. Certainly I couldn't get away from it that day. And it was such an honor. It was a beautiful day. It was so great to see people. It was really the first event that we all saw each other. So it was kind of a reunion as well. Again, I couldn't have received it without my staff, who was just absolutely amazing. And as a true Plymouthian, born and raised here, my family has strong roots. My grandfather owned the Mabbott Mills that were down in the waterfront. So we are very strong roots here in Plymouth. It's just an absolute honor. My mom was very emotional that day. There's a picture as well in the paper of her crying. And then there's my dad, employee for many years, with a big grin, very much Jim Carpenter style. So it was an amazing day, and something I'm certainly my proudest moment. And I do feel as if there's just so many amazing people within our community. And for me to be selected, I was just beyond excited and really surprised. But you were there, and I so appreciate you support me.
I got to tell you, you're so upbeat. I mean, it's a little bit contagious. I mean, I hear, you know, like anybody in a position like this, you hear a lot of negative comments quite a bit. And having you on the show today has been really fun because I was in quite a different mood when this first started. So I think you set me off on a good tone for the rest of the day. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Melissa. That's great to hear.
That is all the time we have for today. So take care. I will see you July, you said July 26th. I guess I'll see you somewhere. I don't know where yet, but I'll be there. And for the rest of you watching the show, thank you for joining me. And we'll see you next time on Truth Be Told.